heads the unit that was using keywords like Tea Party to target conservative groups, was called to testify before Congress.
I've been advised by my counsel to assert my constitutional right not to testify or answer questions related to the subject matter of this hearing.
Back to follow-up segment tonight. Remember the Fast and Furious gun scandal? That was a sting by the feds that allowed thousands of guns to be smuggled into Mexico from the USA. So federal agents could track them, find out who is operating and selling guns south of the border. Well,
now President Obama said neither he nor his AG, Eric Holder, had any idea about Fast and Furious.
He's indicated that he was not aware of what was happening in Fast and Furious. Certainly I was not, and
I don't care what you say.
24,000 emails missing, hard drive destroyed. Lois Lerner pleads the fifth, retires comfortably, pension intact, nobody goes to jail, nobody gets impeached. Fast and Furious, emails not turned over. Eric Holder found in criminal contempt of Congress, the first and only AG to be found in criminal contempt of Congress. Nobody goes to jail, nobody gets impeached.
146 million it's estimated, or the $500,000 speaking fee that Bill Clinton got just weeks after this deal was approved. So there's a lot of meat on the bones there, I think, and a lot of questions that should be addressed. And
well, the strongest evidence of collusion, Trish, is between the Clintons and the Russians, not Trump and the Russians.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night and decided to go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
Mr. President, when did you first learn that Hillary Clinton used an email system outside the U.S. government for official business while she was Secretary of State?
at the same time, everybody else learned it through news reports.
Tonight, Clinton addressing the October surprise no one saw coming.
We are 11 days out from perhaps the most important national election of our lifetimes. So the American people deserve to get the full and complete facts immediately. It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
The use of my email account was turned into the biggest scandal since Lord knows.
State Department documents show the U.S. has been aware of multi-million transfers of alleged dirty money from Ukraine to the affiliates of former Vice President Joe Biden. One America's Tristan Rose looks into the latest evidence of Democrat corruption.
Newly released documents reveal additional details of alleged corruption by Joe and Hunter Biden in Ukraine. State Department documents also show Burisma owner Zlochevsky assembled an international team led by Hunter Biden to protect his embezzlement of Ukraine. The team included Devon Archer, who was a roommate of John Kerry's stepson.
Have all wanted to come to the United States and were blocked by the American Embassy, by the State Department, by the FBI to some extent, and even when they hired a lawyer to present it to the Justice Department, and even though the lawyer made it clear that this involved intrusions, proven intrusions in the 2016 election, that it involved activity by then Vice President Biden that was involved in the collusion as well as corruption. Even though these things were mentioned, the Justice Department did nothing to follow up on it. It seemed that all they were interested in were the false allegations of collusion by Russians.
Well, Tanya, what we know through our reporting at CBS News comes from a single source who confirmed the broad outlines of this investigation, that investigators are looking at a classified leak in 2017, and they are considering whether the former FBI Director James Comey or someone within his inner circle was responsible for that leak. I mean, there have always been questions among intelligence analysts as to whether this document was a legitimate assessment.
What was originally said being changed. I don't give a damn what you appreciate, Agent Strzok. I don't appreciate how having an FBI agent with an unprecedented level of animus working on 2 major investigations during 2016.
Well, it appears federal prosecutors may soon move to indict former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe for lying. You'll recall the Justice Department's Inspector General's office found that McCabe lacked candor when he was interviewed by investigators back in May of 2017. Well, at issue was whether he was truthful when he was questioned about his role in giving a reporter sensitive information about an investigation into the Clinton Foundation. McCabe was fired from the FBI in March of 2018.
How surprised were you by the findings yesterday, by the conclusions that were drawn? And I'm just curious, did you receive bad information throughout this process, like so many of us did, that there was more there than ended up in the report regarding collusion?
Well, I don't know if I received bad information, but I think I suspected that there was more than there actually was. I am relieved that it's been determined that there was not a criminal conspiracy with the Russian government.
So I think this is something that bears an audit trail by experts in finances that can track the auditing for this and to see who is ultimately responsible for it. I think with respect to the dossier itself, the key thing is, it doesn't matter who paid for it. It's what the dossier said and the extent to which it's corroborated.
That Joe Biden was involved in this case. I said almost spontaneously. It wasn't quite doggone it, with a word similar to it. Why does he have to be involved in this case? Because they are going to kill me when it comes out, because he's one of the protected ones. He's one of the protected ones, like Hillary Clinton, who was protected from, smashing up 13 cell phones, bleach bidding a server. I can't even say these things and understand why she wasn't prosecuted. It's an outrage that he's not being investigated for it, because our press has gone corrupt and our law enforcement is scared of being criticized by the Biden press.
The only question about what the Obama administration was up to is which agencies weren't involved. Now we know it's the FBI, the CIA, the Justice Department, the State Department, the Defense Department, the NSA, and of course, President Obama and the White House, the National Security Council. If Mr. Barr is doing his job and Durham's doing his job, doing their jobs, they've got a lot to investigate.
Is that the incumbent government use the apparatus of the state, principally the law enforcement agencies and the intelligence agencies, both to spy on political opponents, but also to use them in a way that could affect the outcome of the election. As far as I'm aware, this is the first time in history that this has been done to a presidential campaign, the use of these counterintelligence techniques against a presidential campaign.
In the case of Biden, it proves it did happen, and Biden is still running around free. Every other American would be under investigation by now and probably indicted by now. Not probably. Let's cut the nonsense. He would be indicted by now.
Is yet to come. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
No more.